Tom Matthews from Matthews Engineering here. I'm going to show how I do tool presetting on the Haas mill. I've seen a lot of ways to do this, and over the years I've kind of come up with my own way, and I think this is the best way. Now, if you do have a off-machine presetter, of course that's probably even a little better than this, but those machines are $5,000 to $10,000, and a lot of shops can't afford that. But what I want is I want to benefit from that paradigm of tools measured once, and then if the tool's not torn apart, I want to be able to reuse that measurement a month from now if I use that tool again. So let's look at this. I'm going to use a program to do this, and I'm going to post the program in the comments here on this YouTube video, but let's take a look at this and let's talk about it some more. So the benefit of off-machine tool preset and G43 is that you can come up with a tool length 5.5376 for this tool in that example, and then if I use that tool again months later, I can still use that number and everything will be work properly. Of course, one thing that they don't tell you is tool lengths where the datum plane is not clear on most machines, so a lot of shops will have they'll have a master tool that they create that defines where the datum plane up here is. But for now, I'll presume you already understand how to do that, and let's talk about this tool presetting program. So here's the setup, and what we're going to do is we're going to use the back left corner of the machine. That's where, if you had a Renaissance system with a built-in presetter, that's where that would be. And they do that because that corner is usually, there's usually no vise back there, and it's usually clear back there. And so I've kind of done the same thing here. And what we've got in the holder, I've got tool 4 in here, unknown length. This is just a drill bit that I put in here. I don't know what the length is. And I want to be able to come up with the offset for that quickly and accurately. So what I've done is G126, or you could actually use any coordinate you want, but that's one that's kind of off the page and out of the way. I've set that to the very back left, and then it also corresponds to the top of this pin, which is exactly 2 inches above the table. And then when this when that comes down to the correct value, that'll read 0. A lot of people have this type of presetter. These are not expensive, and you can get very good results with this. Let's show how this program works and why I think this is the best way to do it. Okay, let's take a look at the program over here. And I'm going to post this, I'll post it in the comments. So what we're going to do, G126, we're going to come in here and change this. So I said this is tool 4. I've already set that right, so that if this was something else, I'd change that to T4, change it, make sure the offset is also H4. And then this program, I use it as program 10,000, so it's at the top of my list because I use this all the time. Then let's go over and look at the offset page for tool 4. For the original setup, we want to put something in here that we know is longer than the tool. So I put 10 inches in. You ought to put 10 inches in all your blank spots, because if your program calls a tool that's not been set, you want a big number in there, because otherwise you'll get a crash. But if you have a number that's too long, the tool won't crash. So that's another good tip. But for this program, we're going to put 10 in there, and then let's go ahead and run the program. I've got the door lock overridden, so we can take a look. And when I run the program, watch what it does. So it's going to run slow for a second. It went to the back left corner and came down, and then all we do is put that in there, and then I'm going to use hand jog, and let's bring her on down here. Let's get a better look at it. Looks easy. Yeah. Okay, let's come on down. Let's position it. Get get that dialed in to exactly 0. Okay, there's about exactly 0. But since G126 is right there at the top of that, where this is reads 0, I know that's G126Z0. All I have to do now is come over here, look at the work page, and this Z coordinate, Z7.0538, that's the tool length. So just 7.0538, go to offset, 7.0538, set that, and then watch what happens when I run the program again. So it's right on the money. And now this program, let's do that one more time here. What I have it doing is it comes at the target slowly so that you can be sure that it's going to stop. Because what will happen is when you're running this, you'll be frightened when it's approaching your gauge at high speed. But because it slows down ahead of time, let's do it one more time. Slow down for the last 2 inches, and you can see that it's going to work. Perfect setting every time for a on-machine approach that gives you off-machine presetting benefits. Tom Matthews, Matthews Engineering.